Welcome to Norway. My name is Lars. We are very, very excited about having you here today. And for those of you who went to the party at Håkon's apartment last night, I really hope you had a great time. Opera started with an idea. Opera was founded from the desire to make internet available for everyone. An idea of opening up to make a richer and more user-friendly experience. We believe that an idea can change everything. We have believed in the same idea for over 15 years now. It has grown, evolved, and become more fine-tuned, but still, it's still the same concept. Here are the two founders of Opera, Jon and Geir, sitting in the office at Telenor, where Opera spun out in 1995. And interesting enough, we are now working with all the big operators in the world, such as Telenor, to build the future of the internet. More on that later. As we see it, Opera is a mindset. It means open, it means including, and it means engaging. As more and more users have joined Opera, this idea has grown stronger over the years. In this company, we believe in a few things. We believe in open standards, and we believe in accessibility, and we believe in respecting users, and in the importance of keeping an open mind. Let's not forget what internet is all about. We believe that the web is the most significant invention in modern times. It is the place of ideas. It is only through the last years that the web has really matured for real. Now the focus is finally on the end users, not on technologies. And let me tell you a little story about this. And perhaps you read about this story in Wired earlier this year. But it really shows well how internet is being used today. In 2005, a unique tournament to explore the highest level of chess. Players would team up with computers or humans to compete. And the main difference from this tournament was, compared to other tournaments, was that any team setup was allowed. Grandmasters of chess could team up with high-end software, or they could just play together. And the final match ended in a big surprise, big astonishment. The winners were not the grandmasters of chess or the best computers. They were ordinary people paired up with chess software. And actually, why I concluded, let me read this for you. The most brilliant entities on the planet are not high-end machines nor high-end humans. They are average-brained people who are really good at blending their smarts with machine smarts. And I really think this is a revolution of our time. Technology has become a natural extension of our brains, and it's a complete game changer. So these and a million other ideas out there are there, and we see that it's Opera mission as opening up the web for as many of these ideas as possible, so they can engage and interact with the other ideas and thoughts. For Opera, this means a lot. It means that we are open to listening, to discuss, and to create something new. We believe in people's ideas. We believe in their initiative. And we believe that this is the key to create an open and better web for the future. Ambitious? Absolutely. So let's take a look at what we have been doing right now to achieve all this. In September, we have now more than 71 million people using Opera Mini. We have 50 million using Opera on their PCs and Macs. 20 million using Opera on different devices like iPads, gaming consoles, set-top boxes. And this adds up to more than 140 million people using Opera every month. So what does this mean in practice? Consider this. It means every second there are 2 new persons starting to use Opera. Every second. You might also know that Opera is today the biggest mobile browser in the world. By far. We have a market share of 26%. So more than the 4th person accessing the internet on the mobile phone is using Opera. So on one hand, we have a big user base. On the other hand, we're also working with some of the biggest market makers out there, like operators, like mobile manufacturers. And let's take a look at them. Vodafone. Think about Vodafone. It's one of the biggest operators. They love the openness of Opera. They love our independence. And already this year, they will spread Opera to more than 20 markets around the world. They choose open because it makes business sense. And as I said in the beginning, Telenor and Opera really has a unique story together. And we are now working together to give people a chance to surf the web in many of Telenor's international markets. And many of them are emerging markets. They choose Opera because we are open and because we give them a real opportunity to get their users connected in many emerging markets like India, Pakistan, etc. Vodafone and Telenor are not alone. Here you see all the operators who have teamed up with Opera in 2010. And many of these operators are really big operators, tier 1 operators, incumbent operators who has teamed up with Opera to make internet available, and they believe in openness. And all these operators alone represents 1.2 billion subscribers in the network. And in the world, there are in total 4.5 billion subscribers in all the networks you'll find in the world. So already these operators who have teamed up with Opera this year represents 1/4 of all subscribers in the networks you'll find on the planet. WAC, Wholesale Application Community. This is a good example that there are very good initiatives now in the market to achieve an open internet. This initiative here is a consortium of the biggest 24 operators in the world. And they have joined together to standardize an open platform for widgets and application. And ultimately, this is all about openness. It's based on CCC standards. And obviously, Opera is a driving force in developing the technologies that these guys will embrace in the future. Let's take a look at handset manufacturers. Some of them are really embracing openness. Think about manufacturers like MediaTek, Huawei, and ZTE Mobile. MediaTek, for example, is the second biggest manufacturers in the world. They embrace openness as a way to become more competitive selling their handsets. And they have selected Opera to deliver internet on all the phones in the future. Let me show you another example. This is the Samsung Galaxy S device. And we are announcing today that this phone will run Opera Mini. It's based on Android. The operating system is Android. And obviously, Android, all market makers who's working with Android want to differentiate, and probably the number one differentiator is the browser, and Opera Mini is a very good differentiator, and Samsung has chosen to ship this phone with Opera Mini. But Opera is not only about phones and PCs. In the coming years, many TVs will be connected to the internet, either via Wi-Fi or an Ethernet port. And this means that TVs will be shipped with a full web engine, full web browser, pre-installed. And Opera has already taken a very big chunk of this market. We are working with big players like Philips, Loewe, Thomson, Toshiba, and etc. What else is happening? We announced last week the Opera open mobile ad exchange, where publisher can run targeted ads in Opera Mini without turning off the users. Our idea was to create value for advertisers without changing the user experience. And while we're talking about the users, let me share a list of predictions we have for the future when it comes to user behavior on the web. We believe apps will become web-based. All applications are moving away from native applications to web-based applications. And we believe the applications you see in the various mobile phones today will be completely web-based, so they can run on any operating systems out there. We believe that there will never be an OS monopoly among mobile phones. Today there's a dozen of operating systems out there on mobile phones. We believe that fragmentation will stay. It will create innovation, and it will remain a healthy and vibrant market. There's only one thing that can connect all these different operating systems, and that is the web. We believe proprietary technologies will die. Today, proprietary technologies is clearly an integrated part of the web, but we believe there will be new open technologies that are much easier to use and which will replace these closed proprietary technologies. HTML5 is a good example, and we'll get back to that during the day. We also believe that the mobile web will outgrow desktop web. We believe most of the people who will be connected to the internet will be connected through the mobile phones. Consider India as an example. PC penetration in India is very low. There's only 10 million PCs connected to the internet in India, but there are 500 million phones connected to the internet in India. And obviously it means that most of the new users in India who will be connected to the internet will be connected through a mobile phone. By the way, Opera's fast-growing market is India. We believe we have a market share on mobile phones when it comes to web browsing around 60%. So no doubt many users in India will be connected through mobile phones and through Opera. For most people, the operating system will become irrelevant. People don't care about operating system. They care about how they access the application on the device. And in 10 years, your device will only need a browser. Today, you already do most of the things on the web, or most of the things you do everything in your browser. In the future, we believe you'll do everything in your browser, including graphics work, playing games, and managing your entire existence on the web. And in the end, all people want to do is to share ideas. And that's why the open internet is so powerful, and that's why Opera was created in the first place. Okay, I think we have a small problem here with this one, but that's very good because this is my last slide. So now I'll take the opportunity to invite Christian onto the stage. He's going to talk about some of the work we're doing in Opera to shape the future of the web. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to see many of you in the headquarters and at the dinner tonight. And I also just was informed that I will be the tour guide on the bus when we leave this building. So I look forward to that. Thank you very much. Kristen, please.